this tyrannical, like they literally believe this because they can't break down their thoughts, that this tyrannical warmonger managed to manipulate the masses. Well, how do you manipulate the masses? You don't show up on the street with your thugs and beat everybody up and then they submit.
No.
It's psychological.
Yeah.
You beat them with compassion, fake compassion, right?
Yeah.
Compassionate sociopaths. These are the people who are the tyrants, right? This is Justin Trudeau.
Well, I mean, you can see it from his speech yesterday. Canadians have been there for one another through the pandemic.
That is exactly Nazi rhetoric. Sorry.
They've been supporting each other throughout the pandemic. They're doing the right thing.
One people, one Fuhrer. Yeah. That's what he's talking right
now. Yeah, it's the only time in my history of my life where I've wanted to punch the fucking radio out of my car. Because I'll listen to it when I'm busy. I'm traveling from practice to clients and all that kind of stuff, and I listen to it so I can, like, my wife gets mad. She's like, "You listen to too much of that shit. We need to like get away from it." But I listen to it because it numbs me to the propaganda. Every time I listen to it, and I can resist the urge to like feel anything when that man is talking, it makes me stronger to resist the bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like, well, I feel like I'm like, why I'm ahead of stuff is I want to stop. Like the other day I was feeling like physically ill because of it, right? Yeah. And I'm like, I gotta take a break from this. But I was like, that's why I've been posting so much about it. I don't want to. I want to post George, right? Like I want to post how awesome life is and stuff. But then because of my history prof saying that, who's responsible? We said it was the historians. It was the people who study history. We know this. Like we need to see the parallels. We need to understand it. History doesn't repeat, it rhymes. Yeah. Right? So you can't just wait for that person to do the exact same things that happened before. You have to see it coming slowly. So Justin Trudeau, with that rhetoric saying like that, yeah, like Canadians have done this and blah, 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 blah. It's exactly what Hitler, one Reich, one people, ein Volk, ein Reich, ein Führer. That's what he said. Yeah. Right? So someone's probably going to see this video and be like, "Oh, they're spewing," just because I spoke German.
They're spewing hate.
Right? Right. So anyway, I keep getting derailed in my thought because it's planes. So where was I going with that? Using that rhetoric.
Using that rhetoric.
Oh, so back to the
empathy. Using the empathy. Yeah.
And the majority of Canadians support me, trying to come off as that compassionate leader that he pretends to be, is 5.1 million Canadians voted for the Liberal Party 6 months ago.
Yeah.
5.5, I think that was the number. It might have been a little more, voted Conservative. Yeah. Now, this is not about the Conservative Party and the Liberal Party, because I see this all the time. People say like, "Well, I'm left wing." They wear it like it's their badge that they're good people. I'm left wing, so therefore I'm a good person. Actually, you're not. You're an authoritarian.
Yeah.
And authoritarians are not good people. Liberty, if you believe in an actual real liberal, is not what these people call themselves.
No.
Right.
100%.
So that's also why you don't call. That's why I keep beating people over the head on Facebook. Stop calling it communism, because these people who support communism, they wear it like a badge. They're like, yeah, these fascists are calling me communism. They don't like being called fascists. They don't like being called what they actually are.
Yeah.
So, but back to the numbers. These numbers here: 38 million people in Canada. 5 million voted for Justin Trudeau. Only 61% of voting Canadians voted in the election. 16 million Canadians, less than half of the country. Yes. You have your right to vote. You have your opportunity. You choose to vote or to not vote. All right. However, you do not represent the majority of Canadians. You do not have the right to make a Canadian inject something into his or her body that they do not want to put in.
Yeah.
100%. Because you have 32.5